afternoon. Thank you for joining the Original Jones broadcast. And today, do I have a goodie for you? Now, if you are one of those Southern girls that love all of the recipes that my mom and your mom did back in those days, then you're going to want to stick around and see this video. So today, I will be doing homemade biscuits using nothing but 3 to 4 ingredients. The 4th ingredient is optional, but you know, on this channel we pretty much do anything, and so I wanted to actually throw this video in because I had some people in my family that wanted to know exactly how I do this. Now, it's going to be a little difficult for me because I'm the type of individual, I just kind of throw what I want into the recipe. I don't really measure it, is what I mean. I strictly follow the recipe, but if it's something that I already know how to do, I just kind of eyeball the ingredients. So today it's going to be a little different because now I have to, you know, measure everything out. But this video is especially for Natavia, Emily, and Irving. So you all can never say that you all don't know how to do homemade biscuits, okay? So I'm gonna show you step by step on what to do. I do have to give a shout out to my cousin RJ because he was the one that told me about this recipe, and I was like, really? I've never used that. So today I will be using that, and we're gonna see how it's gonna turn out. So I want you all to stick around and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, everyone, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna set this up here out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna get started, and these are the tools that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a sifter. You will need, this is a butter, you know, it cuts the butter into the flour. Okay, and so I'm gonna show it to you. But it pretty much cuts the butter up into the flour. You just kind of hold it like this, and I'll show you how you do it. We're going to have measuring cups. We need a 1 cup, and then we need a 1/2 cup, okay? A 1 cup and a 1/2 cup. We have our self-rising, White Lily self-rising flour. I like using this when I use my make my biscuits. This is the unsalted Land O'Lakes butter. I love this butter. And so I found this out of Kroger's. It is the Simple Truth Organic Heavy Whipping Cream. And so this is what I used for my biscuits last time. And so now we're gonna go ahead and get started with pretty much what we need. Okay. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure out. It's according to how many biscuits that you want, okay? So with my husband, I'm not gonna eat them because I'm cutting back, but that's not per se that he is not one. He's gonna wanna eat them for the next couple of days. So I usually put it here in my sifter. That is 1 cup. So you just sift it down like that. And so then I'll get that's 2 cups. Don't be afraid to get your hands in there, y'all, okay? We're gonna probably do about 4 cups of flour, okay? And I'm telling you, I usually don't measure out anything. So this is going to be 3 cups. This is going to, this is actually going to be 3 cups of flour, and we're gonna do 1 more. Just set it over there, honey. And this is our 4th cup here. Okay. Now, if you are not making that much, you can get away with 3 cups, and it should give you the amount that you want. So this is why we sift it, because we don't want those little hard grains in there, okay? All right, y'all, so we have that. We're just gonna kind of make us a little well here in the middle of the bowl. Well, we're gonna cut our flour up in there first. So, our butter is pretty much room temperature, okay? So we're gonna take and we're gonna go ahead and, because I kind of had everything sitting out for at least an hour, okay? This is not, I mean, this one will do. I have 2, you know, cutters like this to blend in the flour, but I usually use my other one because it's a little bit stronger. But the reason that you use this is because you just want it to get incorporated into the flour pretty good, okay? You have to get your hands dirty, y'all, I'm telling you. I'm video recording now. Okay, so as you can see, we have the butter cut up in the flour pretty good, that you can't see any lumps, and so it's kind of just hidden in there, okay? As you can see, it's there, but you just really can't see it because it's cut up in there so good, and that's pretty much what you want, okay? Spoon here. And now we're going to measure out our heavy whipping cream. Even though I can use the 1 cup, I'm gonna just use the 2 cups because I don't want to mix the flour back in the same container that I'm using for the, so that was all in there, maybe about a cup left of that. And y'all, I'm telling you, you really have to play with this to know how much you need, because like I said, I don't measure anything. I'm gonna put a little bit of, maybe about a half a cup of water, and it was an item that I forgot to put down, which was my 4th ingredient. So the 4th ingredient is some granulated sugar. Granulated sugar. We only use a little bit in here. This can be omitted, but I just like to put it in there because not all the time I will put syrup on my biscuits, and when I don't do that, so I'll say, let's start out with maybe 1 teaspoon, okay? I'm gonna just put a tablespoon. I'm sorry, but this is my normal thing. A tablespoon of sugar. All right, and so as you can see, I did put some water in here because we're gonna add a little bit of water, and we're gonna mix it until it comes to what we need it to come. I don't do a well, create a well, and then add all the flour like that. I just keep going, baby, keep going. So as you can see, it's very dry. So I'm gonna add some water, and then I'm gonna add some more heavy whipping cream if I need to, okay? In which, based on this, it's telling me that I'm gonna need some more. So with that being said, we've already put 1 cup in here, y'all, right? But I'm looking at my dough and I'm saying, okay, I need my dough to look a certain kind of way. So we're gonna add another cup in here. So this is gonna make it, a cup and a half, okay, of heavy whipping cream. We may end up adding a little bit more, I don't know, which will make it 2 cups, and then we're going to add some more water. We'll add not quite, so that's not even quite a half a cup, and then we'll add some more water because that's just my preference on things. Okay, so I didn't add all of that water, it was a half a cup. And so now this is getting to where I need my dough to be. Okay, yes, so this is the consistency that I need my dough to be. And so people might say, oh wow, that is a wet dough. And it is a wet dough, but this is what I need it to be. It really is. Oh yes, so this is what you're wanting. So remember the ingredients. We used 1.5, a little over a half of the heavy whipping cream. We use 1 of these, and this is a half measure, and half of that again. So I'll try to remember to write it down so that I can get the ingredients as close as possible. So now this is the part that you want to add you some extra flour in a bowl. So, all right, so kind of set that there. So this is just a little bit of flour for our hands, okay? In case we need it. And we are going to need it. So this is the consistency of the dough. This is what I needed, y'all. Now I don't use the method where you roll it out and cut the biscuits out. I don't use that method, okay? All right, so next we're gonna take and we're gonna do the pinching method. We're gonna take some flour, rub our hands with the flour, okay? All right, so we're gonna do just a little bit according to how big you want them. So there you have your dough ball here. And you can kind of see that right now it's not sticking, but if I didn't have anything on my hand, it will begin to stick. Now, as you can see, it's starting to stick here. So what you want to do is just get some more flour and keep going like that. You want to be able to keep rolling it until all of the wrinkles is out of it, and it looks like that, if y'all can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling up the pan, and I know how big I want these, okay? Might get a little sticky on the top, but just keep going, keep working your dough, okay? I usually use my big glass dish, but I don't know, I have some watermelon or something cut up in it. Always keep your dry flour to keep rubbing your hands because you're working with a wet, sticky batter, okay? But y'all, when I tell y'all this is some of the best biscuits, it is. And so you want to roll that dough, make sure no cracks is on the outside of your dough before you get ready to put it in the pan. So there's no cracks here, and that is a perfect one to go in there. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean when I say cracks, okay? So let's just say you don't roll this enough, right? And you see how that is, how the cracks is in that. When it cooks, it'll just spread open. So you want to keep rolling it until it gets to a nice smooth consistency. It's almost like your hand, it has to be a little tiny sticky for it to keep rolling around in your hand. So as you can see, now look at that. It has nothing, no cracks or anything in it. So that is a perfect one, okay? So So I think we're going to be able to get 9 in here. I don't know about the other dish, but we're going to be able to get, I know, every bit of 9 in there. So this is, I don't do the roll method and then take and cut them out. I just don't like that method. I like rolling it like this, pinching how much you're going to need. This is what I saw my grandmother and my mom do, and so it's just much easier for me. That one I could have made a little bit bigger. So yeah, we're going to be able to get 9 in this particular dish. I don't know if we're going to be able to get 9 in the other dish, because I think these are a 9 by 9, I want to say. But I'm going to show you what I do once I get all of them in there, because you don't want to leave them just puffed up like that, okay? Alright, so let me show you what I do. I actually bring the biscuits here. So, looking at the biscuits, you just got round balls, right? So my mom, I would see my mom do this all the time. She would take her hand and she would put the back of her forefingers in flour, and then she would just mash them down like that. Mash them down like that. And so now you have some perfect looking biscuits, y'all. You see what I'm talking about? I'm gonna continue to finish rolling out the other ones, and I already have my oven on 350, but I'm gonna show you how this looks, how smooth they look. I'm gonna see if I can bring the camera in just to see how smooth they look on the top. They are not, you know, like sticky or look like high-rise balls just sitting in there. We press them down with the back of our forefingers to make sure that, you know, they're all even and they'll cook when they're down like that. Because if you just have them in the bowl, they're gonna rise up into a big looking bowl. You want to be able to put them in the dish as round balls, but then you press it down lightly with your back of your fingers. You don't press it down hard. We just want to press it down lightly so that they can all cook evenly, okay? So 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it, okay? According to your oven, if your oven don't get that hot, then you may need to cut it up a little bit more. But usually it's 350. Cook time is about 30 minutes. And it's all. Okay, y'all, so this is the next part of it. I wanna be able to show you all how the biscuits are looking. So they do have a little bit of color on them. I'm gonna come in close, but they do have a tiny little bit of color on them. Now, if they're ready to come out and you want them to be more pretty and brown, I'm gonna show you what you can do, okay? So let me close the oven. And what I'm gonna do is turn my oven on broil. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on broil and it's on high. And so you have to stand right here by the oven, because if you don't, your biscuits will get too dark. I'll wash them pretty quickly. Let me just show you all. Okay, so that is the consistency that you want. You don't want them to be too dark. Now, if you want, some people may want theirs a little bit darker, but for me, this is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the oven off, and I'm gonna go. So for me, that is dark enough, y'all. Those are dark enough for me. Now, I'm gonna show you all something right quick, because even though I rolled it as smooth as I could, some of my biscuits still came out cracked on the top. So I'm gonna, as you can see here, they're cracked on the top, a little bit right there, but guess what? They're going in our tummy, so it does not have to be perfect. So we're gonna go ahead. I've got my butter melted here, as you can see. This is my butter, and I've got Land O'Lake butter, the unsalted one. You could use salted if you want, but I just melt that down and I just come in and we put all of that good gooey butter on top of there, y'all. Yep. And so
now, can I get mine hot?
So you can hear it sizzling because they just came out of the oven. But you want those things to be nice and tender. And the butter is going to help soften up the tops of them. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to plate up one for my husband because he is ready for his straight out of the oven. Put it in the water.
I want to put it right here.
No, I'm going to get a clean bowl. So y'all see how those look? They look so yummy, y'all. They are so yummy. So next, I am going to go ahead and plate up one right quick and show you how we prepare it right quick. Yummy, y'all. I am ready. I am ready for these good hot biscuits. I wish my grandbabies were here. They love these biscuits. They love Nana biscuits. Or Manny biscuits. They love these biscuits. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plate up one. That's my husband's plate. And so let me just get my little spatula thing here. Hopefully they'll come out pretty for us because they're still warm. I normally let them, you know, set for a few minutes. But my husband is ready for these biscuits, y'all.
Slacking, y'all. That's what it is.
And look at that, y'all. I want y'all to see that.
Honey, why you got out of that one? Shh.
I want y'all to see this. Look how beautiful and soft those are, okay? So this is it, y'all. Now because it's hot, it may crumble a little bit, but I love mine like this because of the fact that they're soft and ready. So let me show you my husband. As you can see, he's getting ready to put the syrup on his. Yummy, y'all, yummy.
Yummy.
Which he does not need, really.
Yummy.
Okay. Of course, we say grace. So y'all, he loves these biscuits. Now, like I said, they may not be where they stay together right now because they're a little hot. Oh, Jesus. He is loving this, y'all. This is homemade biscuits, and this is one of his favorites. Have always been. And I have not always known how to do these biscuits, but I learned. And let me tell you, they are delicious. So, until next time, this is my homemade recipe using 3 to 4 ingredients for the biscuits. And I'm gonna have to take the syrup bottle away from my husband. Hand me the bottle, please.
I got the dog gonna have some syrup on it.
Yes, you're using too much though. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Did you have anything to say, honey?
Stay away from my wife, she mine.
Okay, y'all, so that is how I make my Southern homemade biscuits. If you try this recipe, I want you to actually tell me how you like it in the comments below this video. And also, I would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And also share this video with someone that may be looking to make Southern homemade biscuits like our mothers used to do. Okay, thank you for joining the Original Jones broadcast. Until next time, bye-bye.